Go turn in these quests. Maybe I'll get something. Baines and West. Yeah. I don't think so. I don't think so. Am I just gonna... Oh, you haven't even equipped that. No wonder you do no damage. Oh, well, it's actually not that big of a deal. Let's see here. You're actually the most important person that needs upgrade slots. So, do that. I did not want to talk to you. Alright. Since we're going to be chilling over here, you know I'm going to the doll studio. Are the 3 best things that happened to me today? That's a lot of things. You know, for someone who wakes up at 6:30 and streams at 7 a.m., 3 best things is asking a lot. The resistance group we're looking for is somewhere on the mountain path. Shall we head toward the mining village to start? I'm worried about the state of things in Mainz. But before that... Oh, don't suggest that. I wanted to go over there by myself. Don't tell me you're thinking of visiting a certain someone along the way. The Rosenberg studio, one of the 13 factories. The Meister said he would speak to us if he felt inclined. Is that so? As it happens, I once tried to infiltrate the workshop myself, but the lower floors were so labyrinthine that I had to give up on the operation. I'm not sure if that's for better or for worse. Fjord, It has been many moons since last we met, but I hear he is doing well for himself. What? Pete, you're acquainted with the Meister. We are vaguely aware of each other's circumstances, to say the least. He may be aligned with those serpents, but he is nevertheless a craftsman of tradition and integrity. I have no doubt that he is someone we can trust. Really now? We ought to drive by then. I'd love to hear more about the society. Shall we make a detour there before continuing to Mainz? Yeah, let's head over. You need an extra dose of positivity today? Alright, I will try my best. Just so you know, though, it may take some time. Because, again, I wake up at 7:30, or I wake up at 6:30, and then stream at 7. So it's 30 minutes to get things going. I guess for the first thing, I could say today is the last day that I am going to be in the position that I'm at work. And not because I'm quitting or because I'm getting fired, but because I got promoted and I'm getting paid $21 an hour starting Monday. So I think that's a pretty nice thing to wake up to. Here we are. I hope he's in right now. Considering the situation, I doubt he's been able to go anywhere else. That's right, I haven't. What the? A speaking tube. I had a hunch you would be showing up soon. I totally see the seam in that path. And it just so happens to coincide with the same path that the doll is walking along, so it's impossible not to see. That guide doll again. Come in. While I shouldn't have to remind you, be aware that I cannot guarantee your safety if you stray from the little one. Okay, so that's one. Cautious as always, that man. At least he's to the point, saves us time. Let's head inside, after you. I guess another thing is the weather in Southern California has been absolutely wonderful lately. And it looks like it is continuing today. We've had, between like 50 and 65 degree weather for like 3 weeks now. And we've been having a lot of rain. And I do be liking the rain. I don't know what it is with people who are like, oh, it's cloudy outside. It's gloomy. I hate it. It's like this is the best weather. It's nice and chilly, but it's not too cold. And you get the rain. And yeah, I know like suckers be driving like suckers in the rain. But when you're at the house, you just be chilling in the house. You let the rain happen outside. So nice. And like the cloudy sky, it blocks out the sun, so it never gets too bright outside, but it's still light enough that you can see, and it's just nice. I love this weather. You even brought a guest in tow, an exceptionally elusive one at that. Been some time, Divine Wolf. But it has, child of man. You've aged far worse than I have. And you're still involved with those serpents from the looks of it. Some bonds never break, even after departing this earthly realm. The same could be said of the pact that bound you, could it not? Just so. Something about this seems a bit removed from our comprehension. And it doesn't even feel like they're talking about the world we know anymore. That aside, you also brought a dominion of the Gralsritter, as well as the demon of the Eastern Quarter who tried to break in here. This is quite a motley little menagerie you've set up for yourselves. You're telling us. My apologies for that, by the way. Meister Jorg. We're doing all we can to fight back against everything that's happening right now. Is there anything you can tell us that would help? Specifically, anything about the Society's recent activity? I'm sure you've surmised by now the Society's stance in this is to simply cooperate with the Croy family's plans. Their focus, the Phantasmal Blaze plan, has already shifted to the next stage. The Erebonian Empire, to be more precise. What? He's right. Another Anguis and multiple enforcers have already begun to act over there. That's part of why the Gralsritter couldn't spare more manpower for the situation here in Crossbell. It's not good. The continent is experiencing more upheaval than we can imagine right now. But having said all of that, 3 dangerous figures still remain in this state. Each of them is a prominent member of the Society. Campanella the Fool, as well as 2 Anguis, Professor Novartis, and the woman known as Aryan Road. Just who is she exactly? Her agility, her reflexes, they're unlike anything I've ever seen. I couldn't tell you where she draws her strength from. However, she's known in the Society for her incomparable spearmanship, as well as her strict moral code. She is also accompanied by 3 maidens of war, young women who she discovered and trained herself, and each is said to have strength equivalent to that of an enforcer. That would make them as powerful as Ren. To be fair, being an enforcer involves a lot more than pure combat strength from what I can tell. In any case, they'll say that a lot. That would total out to 6 members of the society cooperating with the Croy family. But cooperation doesn't necessarily mean active participation, right? Isn't there a chance they won't further involve themselves with the battle over Crossbell? Anything is possible, but I would remain wary of that louse, Novartis. He is particularly invested in those ions, now that they've received the Septarian's power. That is the extent of what I can tell you about their plans. That's all, huh? Dealing with them will not be easy. As an aside, there is something I've been wanting to ask you about since our last visit. Are you currently performing maintenance on Pattermatter? Did it just talk? This is less maintenance and more of a routine checkup. That jackanape, I don't know what that means, or how do I even pronounce that? Jakanape. Of a professor is also particularly taken by this machine. Fortunately, he's been too focused on his new toys, so I doubt there is anything to worry about. However, in the event he returns to steal Pattermatter, I've arranged things so that it can easily escape. I'll take your word for it. So in case of emergency, it'll make a flight path straight to Laburo, where the Angel of Slaughter is. From the sound of it, though, you and the professor must not get along very well. You will never hear me deny that. The Gordius series was something I poured my blood, sweat, and tears into. Then he stole the development data away, conducted inhumane compatibility tests, and cast all of the burden onto Ren. Even if her connection was successful, the trials he put that little girl through are something I can never forgive. Understandable. And sounds no better than the kind of experiments the cult performed. And to top it all off, he went and designed successors incapable of operating properly without the power of the Septarian. What nerve and impudence he has to call them the pinnacles of the Gordius series. I took all I had not to wipe the smirk off his face and strangle that chicken neck of his the last time he was here. Did it now. Mind yourself, Meister. You always were one to get carried away when it came to defending your creations. I digress. Regardless of how shameful or shameless he is, there is no denying his genius when it comes to technology and applied engineering. I've heard that in addition to remodeling and upgrading the archaisms that I designed, he's figured out how to mass-produce them. Supposedly, some have already been deployed to Stargazer's tower in the Moon Temple. We'll keep that in mind. This is all news to me. Taking into account the locations in which they've been stationed, are we correct in assuming they are guarding the bells at each ruin? More likely than not. I have been researching those artifact bells myself. I will let you know if I come to any significant conclusions. You'd do that for us. Color me suspicious. Where's all of this generosity coming from? I am just as upset by the current state of affairs as you are. There's that upstart Novartis to put in his place, too. Not to mention the mess they've made of the pieces I toiled over for my associates at Arkansas. That's right, the staging and automata at Arkansas were destroyed in the raid. Indeed, and I intend to personally rebuild every last bit of it for them. All of this is to say that I cannot overlook what the Red Constellation has done, nor the head of the Croy family for hiring them. The daughter of the Croy family may be a long-time collector of my works, but that will win her no favor from me. Taking no prisoners, I see. I understand why you'd feel that way. Your cooperation would be a tremendous help, to be honest. Please let us know if you learn anything about the bells. Consider us lucky enough that he invited us in. I hardly expected we would leave with his partnership, too. I know what you mean. They only seem like a society in name, really. Yes, and that's part of what makes them so hard to grasp. But as far as the old man is concerned, I don't see any reason to not work with him. I have to agree, he's already given us his motivations for helping out. Knowing Jorg, he will make good on uncovering valuable information in time. I would advise you to put it out of your minds for now and continue forward until he does. That we can do. Okay, let's start making our way up to the mining village now. We need to make contact with the resistance group and find out where they stand. Understood. Back to the old dusty trail. Alright, that was way more informative than I thought. I was really expecting him to say, you know what? I told you the last time, I ain't got nothing to say, man. I'm just made out of information. Think they just tell me all this kind of stuff? See, I got Yin. Yup. For now, anyways. I don't know if she's gonna stay in the party. I don't actually think, with current equipment that I have and the current setups that I have, I'm not convinced yet that she's better than Zeet. Also, I see another seam right there. That one is, you could blur the edges there a little bit better. By a little bit better, I mean you just blur them, period. I detect something. Military monsters incoming. What? These ones again. Weapons up. Forgot the recruitment order. What do I got so far? Basically everybody that you can see, actually. Let's do Chrono Drive. I have Home Chick Slice, Tio, I have Rixia, and I have Zeet. Have not picked up Randy, have not picked up Ellie yet. And potentially any other crazy characters that want to join my squad. Deathblade does not sound good. Oh, there goes my speed buff. And we are getting slapped up. You do not have the one thing that I wanted. Let's see. I need to know what enemy is attacking next. That one. Okay, so there is a small possibility that if I place this on you, it'll work out. You have Recuria. I'm gonna cast that. Disappointing. Gotta sneeze. Yep, that was a big one. Go after this one. Okay. You need to heal yourself. Not ready yet to use an S-craft, but it's becoming very tempting. That's disappointing. That is also disappointing. Yikes. Maybe I should have healed one chick slice instead. Nope, seems like I made the right healing choice. These enemies are kicking my booty. Let's see. I need to get back into that so that everybody can get the healings. What I saw, she does not move in there. Is she blinded? She's not blinded. I need the heal. Don't actually want to screw that up. Oh, there's also that to consider. Nothing we can do about T.O. I was thinking about using her S-Craft, but I thought there was a chance that I could get lucky. And you know what? I did get lucky. She got body. Of all the other characters we could have gone for, you know? Let's go, Lloyd. Bring that ruckus. Will a line attack be better here? Would. Okay, this has been quite the fight. I was scared for a crit there, but took the chance. Don't miss. Thank you. Alright, that was very tough. I think it's because I didn't have Zeet. I think I'm putting Zeet back in. They're fleeing toward the tunnel. Something must be happening near Mainz. Perhaps the Red Constellation has begun hunting down the Resistance. That's certainly a possibility. You think those beasts were being used as the Jaeger's rear guard? A fair assumption. Their withdrawal may have had more purpose behind it than a simple retreat. Got to get to Mainz before it's too late. The Resistance is in danger. They're going to need our help. Onward, then. See, you don't have any groundbreaking quartz on that I need to give to other people. So yeah, we're making the swap. Zeet is just more useful. I can't remember, was Ellie right here? I think Ellie was right there. Oh, right, yeah, that's right. Wait a second. Darker than it should be. They must have cut the lights. What is this sign? Lloyd! What? I'm fine. Thank you, Rixia. Just a second more and I would have been a goner. I don't think that's how landmines work. But, you know. Glad I made it in time, then. Well, isn't this a hoot? They've set up mines around Mainz. Yes, they appear to be orbital powered and are equipped with proximity fuses. Judging by the force of the blast, they are likely intended as anti-infantry measure. Suffice to say, the entire tunnel has been littered with them. Darn it, how could they lay these things on a public road? They must have done it to cut the resistance group's escape route. Seems probable, which would mean their main goal is to wipe them out completely. We have no time to lose. We're gonna have to push through. Move quickly, but watch your every step. Roger. Walking was enough of a chore without the element of chance. You're expecting me to walk through a minefield? Hello? I don't think I took damage from that. Yeah, I took damage from that one. I guess the goal here is just to avoid the mines. Oh, there's a monster right there. Let me get that real quick. Bucklefu. When it said it was buried, I was like, this could happen. Alright, Wazy, I don't know what's going on, but we need to get you some more evasion. He had 80% at one point in his life. Let's take a chance that water is the way to go here. Oh my gosh. One of these. Alright. Water was a good choice. I think we're going to use this opportunity to do one of those. Okay, well. Obligatory suck of food. You notice when you get frustrated in games and such, you don't rage or anything, but get mad at yourself over things and make more blunders. Your mind goes into tunnel vision. Oh my gosh. As per usual, Mr. JRPG's at it again. Oh, so you just go over there. Use some water. Oh, this guy's not gonna die. Look of food. What? You're just stating a thing? Yeah, I'm sure. Hit 3 for that, huh? That's pretty useful. I think I've only had one hit 3. Give that to Loido. Okay, so where are we missing? Maybe we're not. Maybe 70 is just what you were at. I would certainly say that games don't make me angry. I have certainly been annoyed at a great many aspects of games. And I've certainly expressed my frustrations regarding them, but I'd personally like to consider myself very level-headed. You know, you're definitely not going to catch me raging. That's for show. Oh, I forgot you had spells. You have 1750 EP? What is this? this is Wazy. Let's hit him with another one of these. Should have noticed that that Sepith thing was on Wazy. I could have done the other thing. Alright, never seen this one before. I like that one was not very interesting. Water gem. So that's probably HP. Yeah, 25. Give that to you. Problem is you don't have enough wind. But you need more HP, so hydro cannon. What she really needs is Recuria. We gotta find a way to give her more than 4 wind. Which would involve upgrading that slot, but I don't have the Sepith for that. Helps that you personally don't charge into games 100% blind and can abuse some emulator features. Yeah, I mean, even with Ephemeral Fantasia, that was definitely, that was definitely a game where like I had to approach it in a very specific way in order to beat that game blind, and it was still a frustrating experience to go through. I feel like I'll get like an achievement for clearing out all these mines or something. And, normally I don't care about achievements. We're all very much aware of that. But seems like a pretty easy achievement to get, if it were to be an achievement. A safety save. You see myself as level-headed as well? I'm glad there's someone out there, or someone else out there that feels the same. I did not get an achievement. Life is hard. I hear combat. About 10 Selg to the northwest. They are likely engaged in battle deep in the mountains, away from the path. Aren't it not the mountains? It'll be difficult to reach by foot. Maybe so, but we shouldn't let that stop us. If necessary, I can intervene by leaping up the cliffside. Understood. We'll have you do that if it comes down to it. Skill checks and tedium are bigger obstacles. Honestly, riddles. Those are the biggest problems for me. I am not a riddle person. I'm not smart enough for riddles. My brain does not work in the way that solves riddles. Granted, I can't solve a Rubik's Cube, but you know, I can certainly solve it given enough time. If I tried hard enough. What is this? Barbed wire to seal off the battlefield from the looks of it. Fighting is happening further inside. Fine then. We have no choice but to find a way around it. We could just destroy it. We have a dog right here. We'll transform into a big dog. Lloyd! Sniper. Up there. Let me guess. Starts with a G. Yep, Gareth. I'm surprised you were able to detect me, Yin. Well done. You were waiting to ambush us. Of course I was. I could tell you were coming the moment you set foot in the tunnel. Though I'm surprised at how much you've managed to scurry around with crossbow under martial law. Must be using that Gralsritter's Macabre, am I right? Right on the mirror, so you figured out who I am. You came to bail out the resistance. I'm afraid I have some bad news to deliver. You're too late. Our unit's already in the process of wiping them out. You're putting up a good fight, but it'll all be over soon. My condolences, but you're gonna have to sit this one out. Like heck we do. Zeet and I will break through. Bars. I'm afraid not, young lady. This is where Randy comes to save us. Seem to be surrounded. We're in hot water now. Hear this, Lloyd Bannings and company. I, Gareth the Blitz, regimental commander of the Red Constellation, will be your opponent. Prepare for battle, everyone. Be mindful of the cliff above, and do whatever you can to avoid being sniped. Let's see. I think a speed buff would be most opportune. And I think a strength buff would be even more opportune. Okay. As long as that doesn't instant kill, I'm okay with that move. Hit him with an Alpha Roar. Okay, you resist that. Not very nice. Have you ever solved the cube in the unconventional way of switching the stickers? Now that's thinking outside the cube. I have not done that, no. Some would consider that cheating. I think it's probably best I just attack him all. Right. Maybe not that. Maybe we should go with that. Dramatic music. Right. Once looked up an algorithm for solving it and wrote down a formula with numbers and letters to make yourself remember how it goes. Took it to you to school. As you were about to have a math test, your teacher looked at your arm and was worried he'd think you're attempting to cheat, but didn't. Interesting. Oh, Home Chick Slice is dead. Again. Well, I can't worry about that right now. Also, you wrote it on your arm? The heck? Oh, don't you do it. I think we've already seen this one, but we'll see it again. Sorry for the confusing description. It's fine. I be goofing all the time. I still need to think of one last best thing that happened to me today. I have been thinking about it. I've not forgotten. That's right, run away. Let's go ahead and revive you. Getting pretty close to the end of this fight. Let's use this to heal you. So I've never seen this craft before. Okay. You just don't like that dog. But you know what? That's fine with me. Into the highest defenses of everybody. Come on. Come on. Don't do this to me. Was this guy at like 2 HP? I'm looking in the right spot. Red Constellation lives up to its reputation. This would be simpler if they didn't have a sniper with a high ground on us. Put up a decent struggle, I expect no less from the young master's comrades. But you lost before the battle began. There's nothing you can do when I have the upper hand in every way. Now surrender quietly and... What? What was that? Could it be? Oh, is it the dogs that we rescued? Right at the 11th hour. Oh no, it's just the homie wolves. Oh, it's the resistance. It's Murray. With homie wolves. Wolves. It's Zeet's pack. Isn't that Second Lieutenant Murray and her forces with them? Rangy mutts. Fine then. Let's see how they handle a pincer attack. No chance, Gareth. Ah, see, I told you it was going to be Randy. I told you. Even though I said it was going to be Randy for the Armorica village too. But, you know, second chances and all that. Oh, well, Randy! Yo, it's been a minute. We've got a whole lot to talk about, but you think it can wait a little bit? Well done, young master. I'm impressed you were able to take a sniper of my caliber by surprise. I was just reminded There's this YouTube channel called like RDC the World or RWDC the World or something like that. It's a very big YouTube channel, millions of subscribers. And they had this one video about how like enemies or allies or confrontations, like they're always complimenting the other side. And that just kind of reminded me of, or this kind of reminded me of that, even though Gareth was, flexing himself. It's just one of those things where it's like, yeah, that happens all the time in anime or in JRPGs. They're just like, yeah, I'm the best in the world, but I'm surprised that you, of all people, actually got the drop on me. That must mean that you're actually the best in the world. It's fun. Well, it would have gone badly if our wolf pals hadn't brought the whole litter. Besides, it's your own fault for letting Lloyd and them keep you distracted. I'll concede that much. But if I may remind you, young master, you're still using a standard issue stun halberd. You really think you can defeat me with your blade rifle without your blade rifle on hand? Hey, I may not have it on hand, but that doesn't mean it's not in my back pocket. Transform, Blade Halberd! I had old man Gilliam fix it up for me again after last time. See, no matter how strong this thing is, it's way less useful when the engine's busted. So I'm not going to whip it out unless I really need it. Fair enough. And you're right, that you don't. That one strike was enough to wreck my rifle's precision. The tides have turned against me. Yeah, so do yourself a favor and retreat. And deliver this message to Uncle. Next time we meet, I'm kicking his butt to Gehenna and back. Sucker. Understood. Good to see you finally growing into your own, young master. Suspend the operation. Retreat to point D. Ah. The board has come to you in their final hour. They plead to a deaf god. We're full-on Old Testament, and they believe... And they better start building some boats. Oh no. Oh no, Dante. What did they do? Randy, you're okay. Sup, gang? Gang? Nice job back there. I didn't expect to find you guys hiking up my way anytime soon. Glad you're in one piece, Lloyd, Teotot. You too, Randy. See you managed to escape confinement. Yeah, I busted out on my own, and then joined up with Murray's crew. Been helping out the resistance around these parts ever since. Gotta say though, I thought for sure today was gonna end with us pushing up daisies. I don't blame you. I'm glad that wasn't the case though. Zeet's pack is to thank for that. No kidding, if they took a second longer, there would have been a lot less saving and a lot more avenging. Were you the one that called him over, Zeet? As insurance, yes. I had also instructed them to keep a close watch on those Jaeger's actions. Oh yeah? Cool. Wait, what the heck? Since when did you start talking? Now is your turn to be surprised. Hold up, what's Wazy doing in that snazzy getup? And don't get me started on Rixia. What, did you smooth talk her into the SSS too, Lloyd? Here we go. Randy! We've received confirmation that the enemy forces have retreated. We should be able to rest easy for a little while now. There's some good news. Long time no see, Second Lieutenant Murray. Good to know you're doing well. Likewise, I'm glad all of you are okay. Though I didn't expect you to come with such a colorful crew. We have a lot of explaining to do. I'm sure you won't mind if we take a break to exchange some intel. Music to my ears. Oh my gosh. Grace. Why are you here? Well, there was a teensy bit of trouble that ended up forcing me out of the city. So I crashed the Resistance base as a war correspondent and photographer. I would prefer if she took shelter somewhere else, though. Anywhere else, really. That pretty much covers her story. We got a lot more to share, though. What do you say that we go catch up? They wanted another meeting today and asked what they could offer other than a board seat. And you told them a decent severance package. Sucker. Oh, man. Oh, man, Dante. That's a great response. Also, that's so disrespectful of them. We'll give you anything you want, except for the thing that you want. So that's how it is. We're really in the hole this time, especially after what's happened to Keto. This is so nuts. I'd get laughed out of the journalist community if I tried to write an article about it. Let me guess, you guys are going to go through high water to take her back, huh? Of course we are. You know, I haven't mentioned this yet, but it has to be said. I'm in the camp of, so far, Dieter Croy did nothing wrong. I don't think this game has properly illustrated that Dieter Croy is doing bad things. He's trying to stick up for his state that's been abused and exploited by other powers, and now that he has the ability to stop that from happening, he's using that power to prevent the other powers from, bullying him, and he's helping out the other nations by giving them more power of themselves, like political power, by starting up the United Nations, I guess. Sure, he has some ions and things like that are incredibly powerful, but how is that any different from Erebonia that has their armored divisions, or Calvard that has their airborne divisions and whatnot? I'm sure there's a maniacal plan in here somewhere, but this whole thing of, oh, Kia's not doing what she wants to do, they're forcing her, or some nonsense like that. I'm just not buying it. This whole motivation is Lloyd pretending that he knows Kia is doing the wrong thing, and that she's going to switch sides or something like that. And it's just kind of silly to me, Kia chose this. She didn't get forced into it. She chose this. And there was no manipulation or anything like that. And so Lloyd is just like, no, that's not the answer. That's not how this is going to go. You're going to come back to me and you're going to follow my rules. I feel like Lloyd's in the wrong right here. For now, we'll probably learn of Dieter Croy's masterful plan to, envelop the world in craziness. I don't know. The martial law thing is a little strange, though. But we'll learn more about that, I guess, later, I suppose. Of course we are. Was there ever any doubt? The Resistance will be fine, Randy. Don't worry about us. After all, you only joined us on the condition that we would help you save your friends, isn't that right? Yeah, but that's how it went. It's no question that having your muscle back on the team would be a great help. I actually don't need Randy right now. I'm not swapping out Randy, or swapping in Randy for Zeet. And I think he does have some nicer crafts than Rixia, but Rixia is probably better than Randy. At its core, the Resistance is just a group of stubborn CGF members who couldn't accept the Defense Force's ways. You're not one of us, Randy. You left the CGF and found new comrades to fight with. Besides, we have the wolves on our side now. That is correct. I have instructed them to maintain their vigil here. They will benefit you greatly in the battle here in the mountains. Thanks a bunch, Scruffy. Lloyd, Teotot, you can count me in. We've got a job to do, both as the SSS and as Keto's family. That's more like it. An excellent response. We're delighted to have you. Oh yeah, absolutely over the moon. So, while we're at it, you won't mind if I tag along too, right? If you what? Oh joy, here it comes. I can tell you guys are going to be at the center of all the action coming up. As a reporter, it'd be remiss of me to let a chance like this pass me by. I don't know about this. Suppose we could make room for you. Abbas might not be too happy about having a journalist aboard, though. He isn't the only one. I can't well afford to end up in an article either. Don't worry your pretty little heads. I could write a whole mountain of feature pieces about you all, but now's not the time for that. Right now, the scoop on everyone's mind is what'll happen to the newly independent state of Crossbell. The real story is which side of history this deceitful new regime is going to fall on. Which side of history? To put it simply, the entire continent is in chaos. Sure, President Croy is one of the main catalysts behind it, but is casting him aside really all it's going to take to tide us over these dangerous times? Helicopter! Well, he has a point there. This is a more complex situation than we're giving it credit for. When Calvard democratized 100 years ago, the revolutionaries of the time committed enough sordid deeds to fill a whole library. Assassinations were commonplace. There was even a conspiracy similar to the raid that the Crossbell City experienced. But in retrospect, modern-day Calvardians view those actions as justified. Perhaps President Croy's actions are going to be viewed in a similar light someday. And of course, someone had to carry out those assassinations. Still, I can't go along with him or his cronies after witnessing what I've seen. That's why I want to go with you. I want to see which path Crossbell will take, and how history will reflect that decision. And I can't exactly do that if I'm holed up here in the back lines. Grace. Our bad. We didn't realize how much thought you put into this one. That reasoning was so insightful I could hardly believe it was coming out of your mouth. Well, to be fair, the potential fun of it all still ranks number one on my list. But don't forget, I've gained a lot of good sources working at a news agency. What if I said I could hook you up with some intel from within the city? You've already sold the pitch. We're not going to object to you coming. What about you, Wazy? Rixia? Are you both okay with this? I suppose, as long as I don't wind up in an article, that is. Same here. That said, good luck convincing Abbas. That's going to be your real challenge. Thanks, everybody. I owe you one. Alright, let's do this. We're going to bag me a Fullet surprise for show. Good luck with that one, Grace. I don't think we're going to have time to help you with that. We were wrong to think she had changed. Afterward, Lloyd and the others met up with Mayor Bixson, who had been aiding the Resistance in secret. After discussing their immediate plans, Murray and the Resistance said their goodbyes and returned to their base in the mountains. Nice, didn't have to talk to Mayor. Man, get a load of this airship. Gotta say, the church is the last thing I'd expect to have these babies stashed away. Must remind you not to write a word about this in your publication. Should you just disclose this information, you could expect the church will never lend you their cooperation again, and you will disappear in the dead of night and nobody will notice you're gone. I get the feeling that even if she did, people would just pass it off as a tabloid piece. The same happens whenever anyone writes about Ouroboros. But Wazy. Relax, boys. My word's golden. Same goes for you, Rixia Mao. As tempting as it is to write about the mysterious assassin Yin's true identity, I appreciate that. Hey Lloyd, having her tag along really a good idea? No, I have no idea why you agreed to this. Well, at the very least, she's not one to go back on her promises. Detected a new potential landing spot in western Crossbell. Pinpointing coordinates now. It's at the midway point of West Crossbell Highway, near the fork in the road that leads to the police academy and prison. There, huh? That's where you were being kept, yeah? Didn't you say Garcia helped you break out of the joint? That's right. Believe it or not, I wouldn't be standing here if not for him. To tell you the truth, I've been worried about what happened to him after we split up. I get how you feel, but I wouldn't advise trying to go to the police academy. They've likely stepped up security since you made your getaway. The defense force is stationed at Bellegarde Gate too, which is the only other direction we could go. So that isn't much of an option either. You're telling me they'd arrest you guys on the spot if you showed up there. Regardless, I think it's still in our best interest to land. At the very least, we can scout out what the defense force is doing and take care of any potential cryptids. Understood? You should know that I had another warp circle placed in the mining village upon your disembarking. Whenever and wherever you're ready to land, you only need to say the word. Berserker. Sure. Go turn in this quest. Send info like the 90s, straight facts only. Consider it delivered. Hey man, they had those gigaphones too. Don't forget those. I mean, gigaphone. Alright, I need a mark.